Greetings, world of the internet. I am the Great Master Squeak, and welcome to Squirrel Talk After Movies. It's here, just as promised. I have returned from seeing the remake of The Jungle Book. And after seeing all these poor remakes they've made in the past, and especially that movie, I had my doubts whether this was going to be a good movie or not. But as I began watching more and more of the trailers, and seeing what it might have to offer, my interest peaked. So will this movie capture the heart of the original, or will it just go down the drain like certain other Jungle Books? The characters. The characters are pretty much copied from the original Disney film, but each one is given a bit of a newer twist to keep things interesting. For example, making Louie the orangutan sounding more like the Godfather than the King of Clowns. I mean the King of the Party! He was a lot of fun, as long as he didn't sing. Yes, picture Mr. Godfather here, then suddenly after threatening whoever, he starts singing. Oh, ooby-doo, I wanna be like you. That's pretty much how Louie's part goes. Kind of chilling, but for the right reason, till he started to sing and distract it. Mowgli really liked this kid, really hoping he goes places. He played the part very well for an 11-year-old with a bunch of CG animals. And my favorite character is Baloo, partly because the plot finally picks up after he arrives. He's not bounding with energy like the cartoon. In fact, he's a bit of a lazy bone, but I just find everything he does enjoyable. He's got good lines when he's goofing off, singing, or trying to be serious. The last character worth talking about is Shere Khan. This Shere Khan is a brute, and he looks it, and he acts it. All the other animals are scared of him because he's the biggest, baddest bully on the playground, and he knows it. And this is kind of an improvement from the original, as aside from stalking a deer and threatening Mowgli, Shere Khan never really did anything. That's not to say we weren't scared of him, but it's nice to see a rendition of the tiger actually showing us why everyone was scared of him. The plot. You'll know the plot. Man Cub is in jungle, he has to go to the man village because Shere Khan wants to eat him. The movie starts out very slow, and someone in the music department thought their tunes needed to be louder than what was being said. Do you know how hard it is to... Do you know how hard it's... like me. Do we have an understanding? And just when I thought the movie was going to be a long bore, Baloo comes into the plot and the movie just took off. The movie has a lot more action sequences in it, some even keeping you on the edge of your seat, especially the climax. The movie is easy enough to follow, with Mowgli trying to get to the man village and things popping from nowhere to get in his way. A lot of things popping from nowhere to get in his way, and there's a few scenes that only seem to exist because the original had them, just like singing Louie. I can appreciate these scenes for being nostalgic and all, but I think the movie should have spent a little less time being nostalgic in certain places. Design. You've seen the trailer for this movie, and let me tell you, it does not do it justice. This movie is beautiful. Half the time Mowgli is running or standing on actual trees and rocks, and it fools the eye into thinking that it's real. It's all real. Baloo, Bagheera, the struggle against Shere Khan. I feel I could actually ride Baloo down the river. I feel like I'm actually going to be eaten by a tiger. You have to see this in the theater to fully grasp how good this movie really looks. Overall, they've done it. I started out thinking, please don't be like this movie, and at first, all looked grim. But then, this movie completely blew it out of the water. The characters are good, the plot was fun once it started to get going, and the movie is simply beautiful. Is it better than the original? Of course not. It's a Disney classic, are you crazy? But it's a worthwhile look at the good interpretation, and in the Jungle Book that is better than Mowgli's story, is alright in my book. And now for a moment with previews. Take the poorly made CG Garfield movie and add the plot of Shaggy Dog. No. Don't look at the screen. Don't look at the screen. Don't look at the screen. Oh, why did I look at the screen? I was interested in seeing this movie until you started showing all this extra junk in the trailers. Not sure if I want to see this movie anymore, but I might see it for that bunny. Leave it to Harry Potter franchise to find a way to keep going. Rather enjoyed the movies, definitely worth a look. Will this franchise die already? Not sure what this is, but it definitely looks interesting. Same preview, still don't like it. And Dory couldn't said it better herself.
Not good.
I am the Great Matthew Squeak, and this is Squirrel Talk at the Movies.